So it's Handmade by Shirley again. I've come back to do my second, I can't think what it is, second tag. I can't think what it was there. With my new Inkylicious stamp. So I did the first one with the poppy, and what I did was I backed it onto another piece of silken weave at the back, and then I went round with the Morning Mist VersaFine Clear just round the edges, just to kind of bring, you know, make it less stark. So I'm now going to do my Lazy Daisy one. So I'm going to do much the same thing. Put that there so you can see it. And I've got out mustard seed, squeezed lemonade, and a bit of pumice stone for the, well, we'll see. I don't know if we'll be using that, but we'll be doing something. So obviously a daisy is usually white petals and a yellow centre. So I was going to try and do some shading with this pumice stone on the white. So let's see what we can do. So I'm also going to be using some of these aqua markers I've got here. So yeah, just to do some of the greenery. So I've got this one called Bud Green, and I think I used it on there. So I'm going to use, that's the wrong side. I'm going to use the very thin side. So yeah, just use a bit of that to bring a bit of colour in. Because these stamped images are quite thin and delicate, I want to just obviously use the finer end. If I used the thicker end, it would be everywhere. So anyway, so thank you so much for joining me. Please don't forget to subscribe, like and share as much as you can on your social media, or on wherever. Social media is probably the best place. And yeah, please help me build up my channel. I've got to 320, I should say, subscribers at the moment, and that's fab. I'm really happy about that, but I still want to continue to grow the channel, so please do keep liking and sharing, telling your friends about it, and so on. That would really be helpful, and it's actually free. It doesn't cost you anything. So yeah. Now, I was wondering if any of my sort of regular subscribers would be interested in perhaps purchasing a kit that I would make up, and it would probably be a kit, wouldn't necessarily come out every month. It would maybe come out every couple of months. It would have everything in it that you needed to make, say, 4 cards, just an example. So if you are interested in that, please do leave me a comment in the community page, because I've got a community page on here. Please do leave a comment, or even leave a comment in this video. I'd be really interested in the feedback, just to see who would actually be, if it would be actually worth my while doing it, because, you know, sometimes people say yes to these things and then for whatever reason, you know, they don't then sign up to it. So that's just my thoughts at the minute. You would probably get all the instructions, all the stuff you needed, and I could do a couple of videos with ideas, and that would be in the price as well. So if you think that's something that might interest you, please leave a message in the community box, the community section, which I do have. And please, because I've also said if you wanted to leave any of your pictures in there, that would be fine too. So please do look into that, and then if I get enough people, I will definitely go ahead with it. we're just colouring in this. We're not wetting it. You can wet these, obviously. There are aqua markers. You can wet them, but I'm just keeping them nice and dry at the minute. That's how I kind of want it to look. So this other one here. Okay, I think that's okay. I've coloured all of these in, but I've got another green here, which is green leaf. I think I probably used it in that one as well. I'm still using the darker fine tip area. Just going to come in and do these bits of the leaves in between. So yeah, these stamps are lovely. Inkylicious. They do always do lovely stamps, Inkylicious. They always have done. I've bought from them for years and really like their stuff. Get a nice crisp image certainly with them. Right, let's turn that round so I can just do these bits as well. Sure you're not that bothered about watching me colouring this in, but afraid for this video it's part of the process really. So I could go off and colour it off screen, but I'm just going to colour it in on screen, I'm afraid. So if you want to run it forward when you're watching it, please feel free to. You know, you don't have to watch the whole colouring process, but I always think it's nice to just watch the process and how you get to the end result. Definitely. Right, so that's the green. So I think that's quite nice. Now I think what I'm going to do is use this mustard seed. I've got my water pen again, and I'm going to just go in with a mustard seed first, and then I'll put a little bit of the lighter squeezed lemonade on the top of these centres of the daisies. So just going in down the bottom like that, doing it on all the centres. I can always come in a bit darker. So what I was saying on the other video is if you want it a bit darker, dip it in the colour. If you want it lighter, put more water, and that'll take out any colour. So I think that's fine. Just give this a wipe off as well. Right, let's go for squeezed lemonade. I'm just going to do the top part here, and you can see that it's so much lighter. So why I've done it dark at the bottom is to kind of create what I think is maybe a bit of shadow from somewhere in the, wherever these are in the, see there, I'm looking at them just in a vase or even just in your garden. So that was really the whole point behind that one. So let's give that a wee wipe and a wee wash there. So for this I thought I might put some pumice stone on, but it might not work. So obviously I want it quite diluted. I don't want it to be, so obviously they're not grey, the leaves, but it's just to create a wee bit of something. I think I've still got yellow in there. So here's a wee bit of scrap. Let's see. Yeah, still got yellow on that. Come on, come off. You don't need to have that much yellow on. So let's just try that's a wee bit better. So it's just to give it a bit of shadow really as well, so that we're kind of not looking at just white See what I mean? And I can always take that back a bit if I want to, because watercolour is like that. You can do that, you can take it all the way back. So I guess it's just because I don't want to have, like, I suppose it's just creating a bit of 3D, isn't it? So, yeah. And I think that's perfectly fine. You can just see there's a slight sort of shadow in that, which is what I was wanting, so that's fine. So that was pumice stone. I never wiped the inside, did I? Don't know if I did the others either. Never mind. Now I want to do the ladybird. So just put that up there. There's 2 ladybirds. I stamped 2 ladybirds, so I'm wondering if I should use the aqua markers. Now, these aqua markers are probably not the right colour. Let's see. It's probably a better colour, that one. Let's see the bigger. Yeah, that's probably a better colour. Let's see this one though. They're both quite. So let's just put a little bit of the colour. So this will be the pop of colour on this tag. And then the pop of colour up here as well, which is nice. I think you'll agree. Pop these away. And now the last sort of thing to do is probably I could, where did I put my black pen? So there is probably, can just make this ladybird a bit darker, just there, just get its antennae and things, and then I can just put in its spots, and the same on this one. Just trying to give it its spots. Go. That's fine. I'm quite happy with that. Now I've also got these things, so I want to add one of them. On the last one, the poppy stamp has the poppy one has a stamp which says poppy, so I just put poppy on the side of that one. So this one didn't have any words, so I'm thinking I might just add something nice onto the bottom, which is going to be, let's see what we got. Got a few things here. Live boldly, that seems to stand out to me. So I could pop it on the side like that. So we've got the other one on the side. And then I'm just going to take my pen again and I'm just going to go around the edge of here. Just making a sort of edge all the way round like that. And then along the bottom just a bit. And around this top bit where the tag is. And again, I'm not being totally precious about how I do it, and I'm just going to do a few wee squiggles just on there as well. I'm going to go around that Live Boldly thing, do that squiggle there and do a bit of a squiggle thing there, squiggly bit there, some wiggles, you know what I mean. Yep, and that is my other tag. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed watching me make these tags. First video was this one, second video is that one. So please do let me know your thoughts. I thoroughly enjoyed doing the video for you, so do let me know your comments. And these were the two stamps I used from Inkylicious, Lazy Daisy stamp set and Watercolour Poppy stamp set. Okay, so thanks so much, and I'll be back soon with something else. Bye for now.